everyone, it's Zafira. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing a Q&A video. So I recently asked on my Instagram for some questions and I'm going to be answering those today. I'm dividing them into two sections. So the first section is personal and the first section is fashion and the second section is personal. So I'll get started with the fashion questions now. So the first fashion related question, and it's also kind of personal, is what's your natural hair colour? Well, my natural hair colour is the one you see here. It's black. The second question is, when did you start to wear Lolita style? Well, I found out about Lolita style when I was 16. I was in sixth form, and I think what kind of got me started on it was Gwen Stefani. Do you remember she had her Harajuku girls? And I kind of liked the way they looked, so I googled Harajuku style. And I found some pictures of people on the bridge. I think is it Meiji Bridge? I've actually forgotten now. But people used to dress up there on weekends and just stand around and have their picture taken. And there was this one picture of some Malice Misa cosplayers, Mana and Gat cosplayers. And I really liked what they were wearing. I kind of started wearing Lolita, or what I thought was Lolita, quite soon after that. So I basically just like customized my own clothes to make them more Lolita style, or I'd find something secondhand in a charity shop that I thought kind of looked Lolita-y, like a bridesmaid dress, and I'd add some lace and things like that. So it looked pretty awful, to be honest, but it was really fun. And so yeah, I kind of started when I was 16, I guess, but when I started really like earnestly, I guess, was when I was 19. I went to Japan for the second time. I went with some friends that I met at university, and one girl, she liked Jane Marple a lot, and we went to Marui 1, and they were doing lucky packs, and I got a Metamorphose lucky pack that had a blouse and skirt and socks, so it was like a full Lolita outfit. So I guess that's where I really started. Oh yeah, and I'm 31 now, so that was quite a long time ago when I started wearing Lolita fashion. At 16 or 19, depending whether you count bad taste Lolita or not. The next question is, do you sew all your clothes personally? Well, no, I don't. There are some that I've sewn by myself, but mostly I bought them from Lolita brands or vintage or second-hand clothes. And I also wear some high street stuff, like this is from Zara. But I do like to alter my clothes, alter the fit, or add some kind of trim or something to them. So I have sewn on my clothes, a lot of them, but no, there's very few that I've sewn from scratch. So this next question is could be in the personal section as well. It's, how do you juggle wearing Lolita and being a mum? Well, I don't wear Lolita every day now. In fact, I don't think I ever wore Lolita every day, but generally I only wear it on weekends if we're going somewhere, or if I'm meeting friends or something like that. It's just not practical really for everyday wear. If I'm taking him to the park or to school, or just like even being at home, it can get so messy with drawing and painting and things like that, so I don't wear Lolita that often I guess anymore. But well, no, I guess I wear it most weekends, or not always Lolita, more like vintage maybe, more these days. But yeah, there's just appropriate times to wear it and times when it's not appropriate, so that's how I kind of manage to juggle it. It can be done, especially if you wear a print, then it doesn't show so much if your child wipes their dirty hands all over you or something. The next question is, what's your favourite piece in your wardrobe? My favourite piece in my wardrobe is a dress that I've had a long time. It's one of the first Lolita things I bought actually. It's a Metamorphose jumper skirt. It's got a Gobelin print on it, a blue one. I'll try and put a picture up if I can. It's really pretty and it goes with so many things. There's so many colours in the print, so you can kind of pull out different colours from it and match it with lots of different things. And it's just so comfortable as well. The cut is really comfortable, the length, and I feel really pretty in it every time I wear it. And it's my mum's favourite dress of mine as well, so that also makes it kind of special. The final question in the fashion section is, if you have to stick to only one type of accessory for the rest of your life, what would it be? And I would say definitely hats, because I like hats very much, and there's so many different types, and it can just change your outfit a lot depending on the hat you wear. And I'm not that great at doing my hair, so I find that hats help me a lot with that as well. So yes, my answer is hats. Now we're on to the personal section of the questions. So the first personal question is, where did you meet your husband? I met my husband at university in England. We were on the same course, which was fashion design. The next question is about Lawrence. What language do you speak to Lawrence in? I speak to Lawrence in English pretty much all of the time. If we're with Japanese friends or family, then I might speak to him in Japanese, but generally speaking it's always in English. And I think his English is better than his Japanese at the moment. Well, it's hard to tell because he's actually not speaking yet, apart from a few words, so you can't be sure, but when it comes to understanding things, I think his English is a little better. The next question is also about Lawrence. Is Lawrence half Japanese? Yes, he is. The next question is about me. Is modelling your full-time or part-time job? Well, it was my full-time job for a good few years, but now it's just part-time and really just occasionally. I'm just looking after Lawrence most days. That's what I want to do, so I'm happy with that. But now that he's getting bigger and more independent, and also that he really enjoys going to his preschool. He goes there once a week. Sometimes he goes to a creche every now and again, and he really seems to be enjoying himself now. So next year he's going to kindergarten 5 days a week, and so I'm feeling kind of ready to get back to working again. So hopefully I can start doing more modelling again next year. The next question is, what's your favourite place in Tokyo? When I answered on Instagram, I said my house was my favourite place in Tokyo, and that's true. I really like being at home. I like my house, and I've spent time to make it a place where I can relax and feel happy. And I like just having a cup of tea, reading a book, stroking the cat, playing with Lawrence, those kind of things are my favourite things to do. But if you want a more interesting answer, then there are two places in Tokyo that I like going to a lot. They're both pretty similar. One is Koenji and the other one is Shimokitazawa. So they're both kind of similar neighbourhoods, quite relaxed, and there's a lot of second-hand clothes shops and cafes as well. And yeah, I like that atmosphere, and I like shopping for vintage clothes. So those are my two favourite places to go. The next question is, how many years have you spent in Japan, and what interested you in Japan? I've now been in Japan for 7 years, and what interested me firstly was their fashion, Lolita fashion, and that was what really interested me, and I was hoping to work as a model, especially for Lolita brands, which I did, so that was great. And here's the final question of the personal section. What's one of your guilty pleasure pastimes, if you have one? Well, I don't get that much time to myself these days. There is one thing I like to do that, yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. I really like the Wiggles. The Wiggles, if you don't know who they are, they're a band for children. They have different people in the Wiggles now, but I really like the original lineup, the original 4 guys that did it. And yeah, I really love their music, and I know the dances too, and I just feel really happy when I listen to them. But it is a guilty pleasure because I think I'm a little bit too old really to be enjoying the Wiggles that much. But yeah, that is what I like to do. We've come to the end of the questions now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found my answers somewhat interesting. I know I'm not the world's most exciting person, but if you have any more questions for me, because I think I'd like to do another one of these videos, it's been fun. If you have any more questions for me, please put them in the comments, or you can message me on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll just keep collecting up the questions until I've got enough to make another video. So please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please also consider subscribing to this channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye!